Welcome to Cadenza, the place for alternative rock bands.
We have a very special guest in studio. We have Corey Harper and Tony Oni in studio. Award-winning saxophonist, composer, and educator Alex On. So, according to your Twitter, you like guacamole and hate the dentist. Can you tell us more about that?
Now, here's your host, Katherine Barner.
Hey guys, my name is Katherine Barner, host of Cadenza, and welcome back to another episode, and welcome to you of those who are joining us for the first time. And today, Honeyboy Boots joins us. How are you guys doing?
Great,
We're doing wonderful.
Good to be here.
So, we last talked a year ago, so...
It has been a year.
How does it feel to be back home on the Palouse?
It's always wonderful to come home.
Yeah.
Get to see family and spend time with them, and my nephew is taking up the ukulele.
Oh, that's fun. I also play the ukulele
cool.
as a fun little instrument. So
Yeah, it is fun.
Cool.
So what's changed in the past year since we last talked?
Well, we've got a new little record we recorded. We recorded it this past fall and early spring, and then we released it in April. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so we're excited to have it done and out there.
So what changed between Picture on the Wall and between Mississippi Duo? Is there anything that really changed between those two albums?
Yeah, this one's kind of different than any one we've ever done. We recorded it with a guy named Anthony Crawford. He has a little studio near Gulf Shores, Alabama. But he lived in Nashville for years, and he toured with Neil Young and Dwight Yoakam and Steve Winwood, and just a real nice guy, real down to earth. But he is a multi-instrumentalist, so he played drums, bass, piano, steel guitar, banjo. He kind of played all the other instruments on the album besides cello and acoustic guitar, and of course us singing. He played, and so it was kind of a different process. He kind of had suggestions for what other instruments to put on there and how to produce it to make it sound more like a full band. So it sounds really good. It sounds different than anything we've ever recorded. So.
Okay. So was that your guys' idea to implement all those other instruments, or was it more his?
It was kind of both. We kind of went into it not really having a plan. We kind of got there and just talked about the songs, talked about the best way to do it. And so we just kind of played him a couple of songs, and he was just kind of like, well, I just would really like to play on this record too. And we were like, yeah, because we were kind of hoping he would say that. And so that was cool, and just kind of worked from there. We kind of just built the songs a track at a time, and he kind of added stuff as we went along. He said, well, what do you think about putting this on there? I said, let's try it. And so just kind of worked it out in the studio like that.
So how long did it take to record this album versus the first album, since there's so much more instrumentally?
We still did it pretty quickly. I think we were down there for about 3 days and kind of cut most of the basic tracks, so like guitar, cello, vocals, and then he added bass and drums, and then he kind of, as he was mixing it, he added some of the other instruments in there, and he would send it to us, and we would listen. So at the whole process of recording was just maybe a few days, but the mixing time took a lot longer. It took maybe a couple of months. Us kind of going back and forth and listening to what he had done and seeing how we wanted to change it, or if we wanted to do it a different way or whatever. So
did you seek him out to engineer your album, or is it more like a mutual friend kind of connection there?
We met him at a we were in a songwriting competition in Orange Beach probably 4 years ago or so now, and he was one of the judges. So we met him then, and we'd heard about him. He plays with his wife. They have a little duo called Sugarcane Jane, and they kind of play all over the area there. And so we got to meet him then and talk to him, and he kind of was like, well, you should come record with me sometime. And so we kind of said, yeah, that'd be great. It took a few years to kind of get it all, schedules worked out where it would all work out for us to do. But it's been something we want to do since we met him. So it was cool to finally be able to get together and do that.
Yeah. So how was the songwriting process for this album specifically? Did anything change between the two, and how did you already have these songs pretty much all written before going in?
Yeah. Had them pretty much all written. Most of them are newer. There's a couple of older ones that just never really had recorded, so we kind of decided to put those on there. But the songwriting part was pretty much completely done when we went in there, and then everything else was just arrangement, just getting how we wanted it to sound. He had a lot of suggestions how to, you know, and it was really neat to work with him for him to say, hey, you know, speed this song up, and he's pick it up a little bit,
and
that kind of stuff.
And to see how Anthony came across with different ideas to bring the song to life and make it tell a story differently. Kind of, and even some of the phrasing that Drew uses in his accidental hipster song. You know, it's kind of a comedy joke kind of song, but it also has the way that he portrays it. He's like, why don't you pause? Or why don't you say this in a different inflection in your voice? So it really grabs the attention of the person listening.
Yeah.
And that really helped the story come alive.
Yeah.
He had a lot of really good suggestions.
Yeah.
Speaking of that song, I was listening to it coming up here, and it's like, is that a true story, or is it something you came up with?
Yeah, it's kind of both. I had the idea for that song for a long time. I had the title, and I talked about it. I was telling friends who were songwriters, like, I want to write this song called Accidental Hipster, and I thought it'd be funny, and I kind of never got anywhere with it. And then one day when we were up here actually visiting family, we were flying home back to, I think we were living in Nashville at the time. We were flying back to Nashville, and we had a layover in Denver. And I kind of had an experience with that. There were some people that sat near us, and then the guy was very hipster dressed, and I was like, that's cool, you know. And, somebody asked the guy about why his socks were mismatched, and he was kind of like, I don't know, it's just a style, and they kind of laughed at him. And then I noticed, like, I didn't intentionally, but I
had mismatched socks.
Yes.
That's really funny.
And I was sitting right beside him. I said, well, okay. So I thought, well, maybe I can put that in the song. So
that song specifically kind of reminds me of "Boy Named Sue" by Johnny Cash.
Oh,
the comedical storytelling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He was good at that.
So now that you have like more of a full instrumentation, are you planning on touring with a full band?
Well, as much as possible. We did a little CD release party, and we in Mississippi, and we had a full band with us. We had a drummer, a bass player, and a guitarist. A guy played the guitar and steel guitar, and that went really well. So we were really there. We want to use them more. It's just going to kind of depend on the venue and hopefully for more like festival stuff. We can use a full band for. So we really enjoyed playing with them. So we'll just do it if the gigs allow it. If we kind of can afford it and everything, we'll definitely try to use a full band more. So. And
before the interview, you were saying that you have the CD release party in Nashville coming up.
We don't have it booked yet, but we're working on it.
Okay.
We're going to get together with the band and see too
if
what dates would work best for them as well. But we do have a couple of venues in mind, either in the Franklin area or the Nashville area, or maybe both.
And then you have a tour coming up as well.
We do have a couple dates that might just be us duo, and then
we're going to go down to Gulf Shores and play a gig down there, and then we got a gig and come up in a brewery in Laurel, Mississippi, and 3 or 4 other things kind of throughout the summer. So excited about that. So it'll be fun.
Cool. So is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience before I let you go?
Well, the album's called, I guess it's technically an EP, it's 7 songs, but it's called Picture on the Wall, Honeyboy Boots. It's available pretty much everywhere, iTunes, Google Music, all that stuff. And if you want to check us out, it's Facebook. We do a lot of stuff on Facebook, so Honeyboy Boots at Facebook.
And our website is honeyboyandboots.com.
Yeah, we always post stuff on there too. So
great.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a quick sec change, and they're going to play us a short live set here. So I'll let you guys take it away.
This is our song called Waiting on a Friend, and we hope you like it. Said you were coming through town, staying for a couple Take me in your arms. Is that you coming? Just around the bend. I'm here in Memphis waiting on a friend. Big river keeps on flowing as I sit here on the bluff. I can hear some band on Beale Street that's starting to tune up. Check my watch again, then I shake my head. After all this time, I remember what you said. Oh, Memphis, all your southern charm, accept me, take me in your arms. Is that you coming? Just around the bend. I'm here in Memphis waiting on a friend. Say you lost all your money in New Orleans on a bet you couldn't lose. Then your car broke down on the side of the road just south of Baton Rouge. And you spent a few weeks hustling every bar in that town. Then you headed north up 61, said you were Graceland bound. Oh, Memphis, holding hands in the dark down Union Street, it all fell apart. Forgiveness, oh, now as it was then. I'm here in Memphis waiting on a friend. And as the sun sinks down below that mighty river bridge, cast along the pebble into the water's edge. Start stumbling down the crowded streets, and I hear the lonesome sound. Then I disappear to the heart of this town. Oh, Memphis, can you help me lose myself? Well, hope and faith, I don't have much left, but I am yours till the bitter end. I'm here in Memphis waiting on a friend. Yeah, thank y'all.